Welcome, you guys. So we are going to get into that something amazing I want to share with you. That is something that I believe every person that is watching this right now needs to know. And it is how to generate hundreds of leads on demand without an audience, ads, or followers. Listen, I'm bringing this to you and I'm bringing it to you well, and I'm excited. Now, before we jump in, we have to look at your core belief and we have to shift it. Most people think I need visibility. No, listen, the truth is you need more conversations. Leads are not generated by followers, leads are generated by offers placed in front of the right people. These people are intending to buy if they show you attention. Now, the more followers you get, those aren't necessarily leads. And I just want to differentiate that. Now, the first thing we're going to jump into is the lead flood formula. Oh, I can't talk today. The lead flood formula. People plus a problem that you can solve for them, plus conversation, plus an offer. If you can find people with a problem and start conversations, you can generate leads, not someday, today. Okay. But you got to get it in front of the right people. Right. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to do it now exercise. I want you to pause the video. I want you to stop because this is not the type of video that you're going to listen to me talk for an hour and then try to go back and remember what I told you to do. Press pause right now, and I'm going to have you build a lead list in 30 minutes. Number one, you have to identify your target person. For me, it's women wanting confidence, coaches needing clients, small business owner needing leads, people wanting financial freedom. So do you notice that I have a specific type of person in mind with a specific type of need that they need? So you have to be clear as to what they need, because you can find a coach, but if they don't need clients or they don't need what you have, well, they're not your target audience anymore. Okay. So next, you want to go where they already gather. Now, you're going to go into your Facebook groups, LinkedIn, Reddit. If you're not already part of groups, you're going to go in and you're going to join them. You're going to join at least 10. Okay. Go in there, join 10. Local community groups, networking groups, business directories, Instagram hashtags. Go on there. And we're going to do that. Once you find the space where they're at, you're going to collect 50 names, not leads, real people. And then your goal is 50 names in 30 minutes. Okay. So I want you to go do that and then come back. Welcome back, guys. All right. So we're going to jump into the next exercise. You have your people now. We're going to do it now exercise. Number 2, we are going to start 20 conversations. I believe I said 30, pick 30 people. Use the curiosity message. Please don't say, hey, I'm just following up again. No, hi, Sarah. I saw your post in the group. Curious, what's your biggest challenge right now when it comes to whatever problem, right? Now, this is where you do your homework. You don't just randomly find somebody. You want to look at their comments. You want to see how they're speaking. You want to then comment back, maybe even like the message. That's going to be everything. It sets you apart from just someone skimming to sell. You want to set yourself apart. So there's no pitch. You don't want to do no link, no pressure, just a conversation, and send 20 of those today. Go do that. Once you do that, come back and we will continue the training. Welcome back. Now we're going to do it now. Another exercise. Number 3, we are going to use the problem finder script. When they respond, you're going to ask, what is the biggest challenge? How long has this been going on? What have you tried? And what happens if nothing changes? These are the type of questions I would ask a friend who's having a hard time in a relationship. Like, what part is like the worst part about it? Like, what exactly happened? Like, I'm genuinely interested in knowing, right? And then what I really would ask a friend if they were having relationship problems, I say, well, how long has this been going on? You know, really curious, right? Now, just say, have you tried talking it out? Have you tried working it out? Throw a few things in there. They'll respond. And what happens if this stuff continues? Like, what are you going to do? They'll tell you what it is, and it's probably not good. But most people stop here, right? Most people stop there, but you're not going to do that. We're not doing that, right? This is where you make an offer, right? You go and you make an offer, you build your rapport because you really want to stay connected and build somewhat of a relationship, not some long drawn out relationship, but focused on what their issue is. You know their problem. Now it's time to make an offer, right? You want to ask, would you be open to seeing a simple way to solve that? Because I actually have some experience around that and I'd love to share it. Okay. And you want to come off as genuinely interested. You don't want to get off into the weeds of the details too much because we're wrapping this back around to give them an offer. If they say yes, present your solution, right? Now you let them know there's no webinar, no funnel, no complicated process. No, conversation and then offer, period. We want to dissect genuinely what is going on so we can create an offer to help them. Remember, the offer is just a proposed solution that you're going to put a price to. It's not some sales tactic. I think when I went into it thinking, oh, I'm selling, this is a sales tactic, I used to just hate salespeople. I really didn't want to do it. And I really thought that I would be giving them a hard time, but realistically, they need what you have. So you have a moral obligation to deliver, right? This is your gift to the world. And you just so happen to have a price on it, and that's fine. Okay. Now, you need to have a daily routine, the daily lead flood routine in 60 minutes. It's a 60-minute daily system that you need to follow. Okay. Where the first 15 minutes, you find new people. Your goal is 25 new prospects daily. Okay. The second 15 minutes is you're going to start conversations. You're going to have 20 outreach messages, right? Just don't think about they might not respond and this and that. Just make sure you don't sound salesy, right? Comment, like, maybe even share one of their posts if you like to really drive in that, hey, I'm interested in you, right? Because people can feel when they're being sold to. Next is the next 15 minutes, you're going to follow up from yesterday's contacts. Okay. Last week's contacts, old conversations, most sales happen here when you follow up. You're going to get a lot of no's. And I challenge you, when you get those no's, we want to collect as many no's as we can. Not dread them, because they're going to be there. And a lot of people get it and they get disencouraged, they get unencouraged, and we're not living in disencouragement. We're actually expecting the worst. And then we have a system for when the best happens. And then we get to deliver our offer and do what we come for, right? We're not being, thrown off by no's, okay? And then the last 15 minutes, you're going to make offers. What would you like help with? Would you like help with that? Simple, direct, and effective. Most people do. A lot of people are just looking for solutions and they're stuck. They're just stuck in it, right? So your conversation rate should be around 3%, meaning at least 3% of all the people that you reach out to should respond. If they are not, we need to look at what exactly you're sending. I will include some scripts along with this course that you can use to inbox that sounds human-like. It's not super AI generated, all blah, 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 blah. It is going to be a proven script that has converted sales already. Now, lead sources that cost nothing, because yes, you can do ads, but if you're starting from scratch, you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a following, you're going to go into Facebook groups. That was the first assignment. You're going to go into the LinkedIn search by job, title, industry, or location, connect, and then message. We're also going to do referrals. Who else do you know struggling with this? One question, endless leads. Comment prospecting, okay? Find posts where people complain about problems. you can go on Reddit, you can go on Google reviews, reach out. The problem is already identified. Those are the best leads, by the way. And then you can also go into your local businesses, Google Maps, business directories, community pages, build a list, start conversations. That is where it starts. People don't want to be sold to. I want you to remember that. So, we are building conversations, right? So, the Trickle Flood 7-day challenge for the next 7 days, this is a daily non negotiable. Find 25 people each day, start 20 conversations, and then follow up with 20 people and make 3 offers. No exceptions, no waiting for confidence, no waiting for followers, no waiting for a website. Okay? We're diving into solutions. So, conversations create clients, clients create freedom. Most people are trying to build an audience before they build conversations. That's backwards because the more you get to know your client and create those relationships, that's when you really know what exactly is needed. You get to know your client's problems in a more intimate way. So, your offers become that much more valuable. So, conversations, followers are a bonus, okay? Client conversations, well, conversations create clients. Let's just say it like that, right? And we're going to name it. Yes, they are going to become clients. And then clients create revenue, okay? And then revenue creates freedom. If you can consistently start 20 conversations a day, you'll never wonder where your next lead is coming from again. Now, thank you guys for jumping on here. I'm so happy that you were able to, I was able to bring this to you, and I look forward to the next training, and we'll see you on the flip side.